I don't know. I think when WWE does something terrible, people call them out. AEW, some bad stuff happens, people call them out.
I feel like when WWE does horrible stuff, people call them out, but like they're laughing about it. You know, they're like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. What are you doing, Vince? You crazy guy." When people call out AEW, they're like, "What is wrong with you people? You people are so stupid. You should never have a wrestling company. Get out of the business." And I'm like, "Are you in wrestling? You know, these people are not even in wrestling." And they're like, "You don't belong in pro wrestling." You know, they listen to Jim Cornette and they think that they're authorities on pro wrestling. Because he says a lot of things about what should and shouldn't be pro wrestling that I don't agree with whatsoever. Him and a lot of other people, Vince Russo's of the world, you know, they'll have a very definite idea of what is and isn't pro wrestling, and these people should get out of the business, and they have no business being in here, and they don't know anything. And it's like, well, you know, then they have podcasts and they have listeners and they have a bunch of fans,
right?
And they agree with them, and then they go out and they have these opinions, and it's like, no, you guys are all idiots. You guys need to shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, it's like. It's Cornette. The cult of Cornette is really ridiculous. I think Cornette, at this point, he's like he's bad for the wrestling business.
Oh, I don't agree with that whatsoever.
I think he is. I think he is because he's just attacking, you know, the art form. He's attacking the business. He's just one of these old guys that's like, oh, back in my day it was better, and it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like that. You know, those GCW guys. Did you see those two kids that are flipping around in the ring and everybody's hating on them? You see that thing? Jim Cornette, and you know, lost his mind looking at that. It's like, come on, guys. Do you forget it's pro wrestling? Have you ever seen an Irish whip? Try to Irish whip me for real. Try. I dare you. I double dare you to Irish whip me and see if it works.
Well,
you're big and strong, John. You couldn't Irish whip me. You couldn't grab my arm, throw me into ropes, and first of all, I wouldn't get to the ropes. Like, you would grab my arm, you would throw me, I would move a step or two, and then I would stop and be like, hey, why'd you arm drag me? What's the deal, dude? Right? That's all it would be. So all these people in professional wrestling that are like, this looks fake, this is a flip, this doesn't make sense, this is stupid. Dude, Irish whips are stupid. It's wrestling. It's not real. We know. You got to suspend disbelief, okay? When I throw you into the ropes, you shoot off the ropes, and you come running back at me full speed, that's fake. Have you ever seen anybody in the UFC grab a guy, throw him into the cage, and that guy runs into the cage and bounces back? Oh, no, because it's not ropes. Well, they had a ring in Pride, and no one did it there. It doesn't happen. Okay?
Right.
Don't whip me into the ropes. If I'm having a pro wrestling match, I want it to look as real as possible. If I were, like, it's not for me, all that flippy floppy stuff. Okay? A lot of that stuff, I think it looks fake. I don't like that stuff. I like my wrestling to look real. But I understand that it's an art form, and sometimes there is art in that flip stuff, and that the Young Bucks, they are telling a story with how they move and how they do their stuff, and it's incredible. It's an art form, and I appreciate it. Lucha Libre, you know, and everything that has happened with flips and dives that spawn from Lucha Libre is phenomenal, and it's certainly professional wrestling. You know, and all these people that say, well, this isn't wrestling or this isn't, you're wrong. It's professional wrestling. Is it my favorite wrestling? No, it is not. I like Kurt Angle. I like a guy who'll suplex you, toss you around, who'll work a hold, you know, stuff like that. I'm old school. I like a wrestler that looks real. I would like for there to be no more Irish whips. Like, yeah, no more Irish whips. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, an Irish whip. Why would you throw a guy into the ropes, and why would he run back at you? It doesn't make any kind of sense. But I appreciate it. I suspend disbelief. It's pro wrestling. It is what it is.